The penalties for conspiring and failing are the same as for committing the crime. Biden is not going to heal anything. Jupiter, representing the United States, is in a very bad place for the next year. Rahu and Ketu are also wreaking havoc on the 6th and 12th houses of the United States. That's civil war and endings, 6th and 12th houses. All those who rioted are going to prison, and yet they keep making plans for another overthrow of the government. This is mass insanity mixed with mass stupidity. That's a bad combination. Here's what else they could face. Seditious conspiracy in, which law is that? 18 U.S. Code, I forget the details, which states, if two or more persons conspire to overthrow, put down, or destroy by force the government of the United States, or to levy war against the United States, or if they attempt to prevent or delay execution of that law, or if they attempt to expose by force the execution of the law, or if they attempt to expose by force the execution of a law, or to take execution of a law, or take or remove any property of the United States, like the things they stole in the Capitol, that is seditious conspiracy. The woman who stole Nancy Pelosi's laptop with the intention of selling it to the Russians, and intention is important, it makes it more severe, is a very special case. They call themselves patriots, and they sell secrets to the Russians. It's called insanity. It probably fits under RICO. RICO is racketeer-influenced and corrupt organizations, passed in 1975. The newest law on RICO allows for prosecution of all individuals involved in a corrupt organization, just involved with them, whether they conspired with their fellow members or not. That's RICO. I got all this from an attorney. If you're just a member of a group trying to overthrow the government and don't show up for the riots, you can be arrested. Other laws they broke. 40 U.S. Code 5104, etc., etc., which says you may not knowingly, with force and violence, enter or remain on the floor of either House of Congress. Too late. They can get you for civil disorder and riots, damage to veterans' monuments, interstate communications to commit these acts, and which is another kind of conspiracy. Interstate travel to aid in racketeering enterprises. In other words, crossing state lines to aid those who planned the attack on the Capitol. And somebody sent me a list of people who live in Fairfield who got into vans and drove to the January 6th insurrection. to that demonstration in D.C. This caravan was organized by a resident of Fairfield, State House Representative Jeff Shipley. If you know any of these people who went with him, and I know one of them, you might want to warn them about what's coming for them. It's not good. Other crimes: assault on federal officers, to kill or attempt to kill any officer of the United States, possessing firearms and dangerous weapons in federal facilities. There are many, many laws against destruction of federal property. They left that place a mess. Congressional, Cabinet, and Supreme Court assassination, kidnapping, and assault. And what about those 17 bozos who plotted to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of Michigan, and then put her on trial in somebody's basement and then kill her? I'm pretty sure they're still in prison. Killing any individual who is a member of Congress or a member of Congress-elect or a member of the executive branch of government can also be punished. Certainly. It's also illegal to attempt to do these things, which these genius moonshiners admitted to on video, like the guy who brought zip ties to the Capitol. That is a federal crime, because that indicates his plan, that he was going to do harm to someone, to members of Congress. Guilty of attempting to kill Nancy Pelosi and Mike Pence, even though they didn't find them. They looked for them to kill them. And the brand new Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene admits she's a member of QAnon, the most radical liars of these escapees from mental institutions. She was elected to Congress. She was inside the Capitol during the riot. She used her cell phone to tell the rioters the whereabouts of Nancy Pelosi and Mike Pence when they were hiding in a locked room with several Republican congressmen who, by the way, refused to wear a mask while in that room with them. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, not a representative much longer. They're coming for you, I promise you. There are many anti-terrorist laws, like providing material support to terrorists. The rioters did use force and did possess firearms and explosives. According to some attorneys, these acts qualify as acts of terrorism. And yet, thinking it's so easy to storm the Capitol and thinking they got away with it the first time, they're planning an attack on every capital in the nation. Here's trouble. About half of our armed forces are on the side of the rioters. They are white supremacists. Now what? This is the phase transition. Just as Maharishi told us. He said the people will go insane in the streets, and there will be mass destruction. And Charlie Lute said there will be martial law, which is a military takeover of the streets. As I said before, All Biden can do is watch.